Whenever I visit the Art Institute of Chicago, it seems like the majority of tourists are drawn to Edward Hopper's Nighthawks or Grant Wood's American Gothic. But for me, my favorite pieces in the museum are found at the base of this spiral staircase. They may look like two ordinary boulders, but if you give them your consideration, I think you'll be surprised at how sophisticated these two pieces are. The sculptor's name is Masatoshi Izumi, who was born in 1938 and died in 2021. The work is titled Islands, and they were completed in 2000. There's practically no videos on YouTube about his work, so I'd like to take a minute or two to explain why I find these so powerful. Let's first examine the one towards the front. To me, this looks like some ancient fossil of a dinosaur skull. I can't help but see a facial expression in the stone. The darker spot at the top looks like an eye, and the center crack conveys a cheeky grin with large jack-o'-lantern tooth and severe underbite. If we begin to walk towards the right, notice how it begins to swell towards the base. Looking at it straight on, it takes on a wonderfully jarring shape, with a sharp left angle that suddenly flows towards the right and then sucks itself inwards towards the center. Note the 6 marks down below, which may have formed from wedges used to split and shape this portion of the stone. If we continue walking around to the right, you'll see that the backside is cleanly shaved flat, as if it was snipped away from the quarry. That graceful seam happens to run around the entire sculpture, creating an entirely separate top and bottom piece which appears to be fused together. I'm not sure how Izumi created this fissure, but this sculpture is the perfect blend of feeling like it's been sculpted by human hands, while at the same time feeling completely natural to its earthly form. I love how every side of this piece offers something new to the viewer. The flat top, fossil face, bulging belly, smooth fissure, and this side, which seems as if it's been shaved away with an ice cream scoop. My favorite part is definitely the swelling of the stone. It's such an interesting transition from sharp angles to smooth, rolling curves. And if you get close, it has these wonderful scorch marks, almost like cooled lava. And if you look towards the bottom, you'll see the artist's initials and the date it was completed. Now the second one is my favorite of the two. At first glance, it appears as if a lightning bolt has cracked the boulder in half. If we walk to the left, however, this side offers an entirely new feeling and has the shape of a geometric pentagram with those odd claw marks down below. And here we are, looking at the backside straight on. It's almost as if you could push these two sides back together like a puzzle piece. Just look how perfectly those two notches would connect. Did Izumi carve these, or was this just a natural splitting of the stone? It really makes me wonder how these were created. Note how the back notches face right, and perfectly mirror the notches on the front, which face left. My favorite element to the sculpture can be found in the interior. If you look closely, you'll see that one side swells into a subtle bulge, and the other side has been carefully scooped away to accommodate its shape. There's no way this occurred naturally, and yet you don't feel the hand of the sculptor at all. It's like his chisel work is completely invisible, as if he somehow managed to manipulate the stone surface so carefully that it feels like a completely natural stone. There's such a great conversation between these two, a push and a pull, and the distance apart from one another is very important. They're so close, it adds a level of chemistry to it, almost like the moment two lips are about to kiss. These sculptures were cleaved from one large piece of Japanese basalt, which is more evident when all three are lined up together. It weighs about 12,000 pounds and has vivid rusted accents throughout. So there you have it. Next time you visit the Chicago Institute of Art, hopefully this video will help you appreciate the work of Masatoshi Izumi. Thanks for watching till the end. For my Patreon subscribers, I've put together some bonus material by gathering over 40 images of Izumi's sculptures. So if you'd like to learn more about this artist while also supporting future content, please consider subscribing to Stones Over Bones.